I tell this story every chance I get, but if you'll give me a few minutes of your time, I'd like to inspire you with it. I am here today to pay tribute to my grandpa, Roy Parsons Long. He was a good man who served his country, worked hard, and loved his family. Grandpa was a graduate of the Army Air Force Technical School of Radio Operators and Mechanics. Sergeant Roy P. Long bravely served our country in India during the Second World War, and he was stationed at England Air Force Base during the Korean War. After the military, Grandpa went on to work at Delco Electronics as a machine builder, retiring after 33 years of dedicated service there. In 1949, he married Margaret Elaine Bolin. Together they raised three wonderful kids, James, Kathy, and Alice. Grandpa was the sole provider for his family, and he made sure that they lived. He took his family on more vacations than I can count, encouraged them to grow, to learn, and to succeed, and most of all, he loved them. Now, my brother and I spent a lot of time with Grandma and Grandpa, and it was my brother who named them Mom and Pop, a name that we still call them to this day. We grew up watching Mom and Pop do everything side by side. They dedicated their lives to taking care of each other and their family, and it was because of what we grew up watching that we knew that they loved each other. However, it wasn't until 2002, when my grandma passed away, that I truly understood just how powerful that love was. After all the kids grew up, Mom and Pop spent their winters in Florida. So when she passed away, our local pastor had to get to know her through all of our stories. Now, a lot of people have taught me a lot of valuable lessons about life and love. But on that day, our Pop taught everyone around him an important lesson about love. You see, when Pastor Jeff sat down to ask Grandpa about Grandma, one of his first questions was, "How long were the two of you married?" Pop's response to this question was not 53 years, which was the response we all expected. It was simply and sadly, not long enough. Not long enough. Most people are amazed at a marriage that lasts more than 50 years, and it certainly is something to be celebrated. But for a man to say it so honestly, without thinking about it or giving it a number, that 53 years was not long enough. Wow. In that moment, I was both awed and proud, and I was inspired. Yes, I am here today to pay tribute to my Pop. He was a good man who served his country, worked hard, and loved his family. He inspired me, and my hope today is to spread that inspiration to all of you. My wish is this: in the monotony of your daily lives, when the little things in your life threaten to make you lose sight of the big picture, stop and learn something from a man who said, after 2 wars, 33 years in a factory, 3 children, 3 grandchildren, and 53 years of marriage, not long enough. Merry Christmas.